This couple went on a date and almost got clapped, and not in the fun way. Meet Phil and Claire Foster. They sleep peacefully in their bedroom until realizing they are parents. Yeah, it hits every morning. A regular morning routine of an American family. Kids are going insane around the house, mom tries to control the kids, dad tries to run away from his 9-to-5 job, and flirt with his secretary. Phil is a New Jersey tax lawyer, and Claire is a realtor. After the workday, they come home exhausted, ready to devour some evening angry juice and pass out. But their babysitter Kate comes in. Hey Fosters, it's date night, remember? Turns out Phil and Claire have a weekly ritual. Spend an afternoon together without any kids and domestic squabbles. It's intended to keep the fire alive in their marriage, but they keep talking about family and duties. NPCs, you cannot change them. They play the classic game of, haha, let's laugh at other NPCs enjoying their true love and not a rotten one like we have. Then Phil realizes that a couple kissing over there is actually a married couple and gets envious. So is Claire, but what can you do? That's the married life. What a date that was. And for dessert? Well, the wife's asleep. Well, you gotta save energy for your beloved job anyway. The next day, the Fosters have a book club at their place. Whoa, I thought these lame things existed only in movies. Oh wait. Luckily, his buddy Bruce Banner takes Phil out of the lamest party in the world. Beers. Now we're talking. Hold your happy horses. Brad, brings more drama, saying him and his wife Haley are splitting up. The NPCs realize marriage is a lie. Hooray. Now instead of being miserable together, they will be miserable alone. Phil believes Haley will change her mind, but she's happier than ever. She can finally experiment with multiple guys. I'm talking about science here, guys. Well, call me conservative, but there's more to life than such things. My idea of happiness is playing League of Legends 30 hours in a row, covered in zombie talkies. Now that's what I call a bachelor party. Haley, the almost divorcee, believes Claire also has problems in her marriage by keeping her inner girl boss strained. Feminism moment. Deep inside, both Phil and Claire realize something is wrong. Luckily, they decide to take the situation into their own hands. Claire gets on her best outfit and switches her style. Phil understands everything and invites his wife to the Claw, one of the best restaurants in the city. But of course, they couldn't make a reservation, and it had no tables available. My man Phil is dedicated to taking the table no matter what it'll cost him. So when he hears that Triple Horn's couple is missing, he says he's Triple Horn and takes the table. What a smooth criminal. Anyway, our lovebirds are enjoying the stolen table, eating the most overpriced risotto in the city, and drinking the cheapest angry juice they could get. Right next to them, they spot will.i.am, and Phil makes his wife go to him so Phil can take a photo. The little devils take a sneak peek and continue enjoying the dinner. But in a minute, two angry-looking guys approach. The Triple Horns, perhaps? Let's go outside for a talk. Fosters believe it's just a rude restaurant security, but the guys get pretty mad. Darn, a plate of truffle risotto is wasted. Probably cost more than my salary. Just kidding. I do this for free. Anyway, two furiously looking tough guys believe Fosters are Triple Horns and demand a flash drive. Apparently, these so-called Triple Horns stole it from their employer, Joy Mileto, and now they're in trouble. Too bad it's Fosters playing them today. Too bad for Fosters, of course. Poor cheaters try to explain the situation, but the bad guys are pretty nervous. Now the gun is talking. Phil admits he has a flash drive and it's hidden in Central Park. With a gun to your head, you can admit just about anything, like saying you enjoyed She-Hulk. Anyway, the Fosters get to the Central Park. Phil goes to the boathouse, hoping there will be someone night boating. Perfect plan, but no people here. Sorry folks. Phil must keep going somewhere, so they break into the boathouse. Claire tries to come up with some weird medical problem that Phil has downstairs, and that they need to get him to the hospital. Apparently he has a large bone that needs to be examined. Sadly, the lie doesn't work. Then Claire breaks one of the floorboards, and Phil uses the opportunity to sneak behind the bad guy's back and get a paddle. Boom! Common knocked down. The second guy gets distracted too, and the Fosters flee the building. They get on a motorboat, but it's designed for lovebirds slowly enjoying nature, not for a midnight life-saving escape. The bad guys catch up and fire, but their guns are designed to spook the lovebirds sleeping on trees, not to hit someone, so they miss. Finally, the Fosters get to the other side of the lake, use their boat as a shield, and run away until the first tree kisses them. Lucky losers still manage to get away from the park. Damn, what a night. Or is it just getting started? I hope so. I gotta hit at least 8 minutes to get ads. Fosters go to a local police station to report the whole thing, and guess who they see? The two bad guys. Or are they bad cops now? And they spotted our Triple Horns. Detective Arroyo takes a report, hears the name Joe Mileto spilled from Fosters, and warns them not to mess with the bad guy. Then Bill Burr asks Arroyo out for some donuts, and Fosters use the moment to escape the police station. So it's the bad guys and the police against the Fosters now. They call the house, make sure their kids are okay, and run to a crowded place where they might be safe. Fosters try to tell their story to passerbys asking for a bit of money, but everyone considers them scammers. Rookies. If you want to make money fast, I know the way. How? Buy my course. It's only $59.99. Anyway, what is left to do when the cops are against you? Phil decides the best way to get rid of the problems is to solve it. Find the real Triple Horns and return the flash drive. Fosters visit the Cloud restaurant where Triple Horns should have dinner now. They dress up as glamorous morons, pretending to be friends of will.i.am, and it works like a charm. Phil distracts distracts the waitress while Claire writes down the phone number of the Triple Horns. Phone spam? Nah, Fosters want to track them. Luckily, Claire knows a security expert, and his address must be in that office. But the office is closed since it's night. How do you… Oh right, classic break-in. Claire is a real estate agent after all. The alarm turns on, but at this moment, Claire is unstoppable, dedicated to finishing the job even if it means going to jail. Maybe in jail, the cops won't be bad. I doubt it. Finally, they find the address and go to the spot. Meanwhile, the detective and Bill Burr meet with Joe Miletto. They ask him what the hell Joe has to do with Fosters, but Joe keeps enjoying his noodles until they're hot, and there's no warrant on the cops. At the same time, Fosters manage to find the security expert guy named Holbrook. The guy is pretty hot by Hollywood standards, making Phil a bit jelly and uncomfortable. Plus, Claire keeps saying they had so much pleasurable time together that even I get a bit uncomfortable. Luckily, Holbrook's girl comes down, and now I feel uncomfortable in a different place. Meanwhile, the detective finds out about Fosters breaking into the office and about Holbrook and goes investigating. Unfortunately, bad cops heard everything too. At this moment, it doesn't have any difference who stops them, good or bad cops. The chances that Fosters will land in jail are big. Using some more high tech, Holbrook finds out Triple Horn is actually Thomas Felton and gets his address. On the way out, someone rings the doorbell. Bad cops. Fosters run out through the garage and get Holbrook's car, because why not? While driving, Fosters decide now it's the best time for some drama. Phil whines about Claire being sussy with that dude. Claire whines about her house duties, and Phil whines about Claire not letting him help her with her duties. Yeah, and that's 10 minutes of my life wasted, but only a minute of yours, and that's what I'm here for. Well, at least it ends with an agreement that they enjoy being husband and wife. Anyways, Fosters make it to Felton, aka Triple Horn's house. Tom is probably not home, so the Fosters climb up the fire escape, the second break-in of the night. Now that's my type of date. So the Fosters search through the place but get extremely loud, waking up the Feltons. The guy prefers to call him Taste, and the girl is Whippet. So Fosters almost get whipped out of the place when Phil pulls out a long gun, another souvenir from Holbrook. In an awkward scene, the Fosters explain who they are, why they stole the Feltons' reservation, why they're now breaking into their house, and why they're actually good guys. The Feltons are arguing about nonsense, but later hear about the flash drive and realize they're getting tracked, so it's time to run away, and Phil's loaded gun doesn't stop them from packing. Taste gives Fosters the flash drive, and the Feltons whip out of the place. At the same time, the detective and Bill Burr learn about the bad cops visiting Holbrook. Fosters want to go home, but it's time for the after party. Bad cops shooting at you. Phil drives away, but he can't handle a sports car just as he can't handle a woman. Relatable. So he smashes into a taxi. Both cars are stuck to each other, like me with an anime body pillow. No problem. Simply drive away with the taxi car in front. Nice ad for Audi. Phil tries to climb from his car into a taxi to take the taxi driver's leg off the brake. Not sure how it'll help the situation though. The need for speed action brings the attention of the real cops, and the chase with 3 parties involved begins. Phil manages to go through a flash drive he took from Taste. What's on that thing anyway? It's compromising evidence on DA Frank Crenshaw. Now Phil understands everything. The car duplicate approaches the roadblock and makes a reverse, fooling all the other cops who chase them. Maybe it's time to stop driving. A random car smashes between the Audi and the taxi, and the very promising pair has finally broken up. With drama, the taxi lost its brakes and jumped right into the water. The detective keeps getting even more sussy about the bad guys while Phil and Claire finally head home on a metro. Nothing more refreshing than the New York Metro. So Fosters realize Taste stole the flash drive from Peppermint Hippo, a club where Whippet worked, to blackmail the DA Crenshaw. Plus, bad cops don't work for Joe Miletto. They work for DA Crenshaw and want the flash drive back. But now the flash drive is down in the river. What's the plan? Of course, get back to Holbrook, say sorry about the stolen and destroyed Audi, and ask for more help. After leaving Holbrook, the Fosters go straight to Peppermint Hippo. Claire pretends to be a dancer, and Phil is her pimp. How do people even trust these two? Claire goes to a VIP room to hang out with Crenshaw. The DA demands both Fosters instead of only Claire. Understandable. If you want to be with Crenshaw, you must earn it. So the DA asks them to dance for him, but they can only make kindergarten birthday moves, and Crenshaw demands more passion. The room is exceeding the maximum level of cringe. Hold your fort. The DA loves it, and Fosters approach him. We got your flash drive. Pay us 100 grand. Bold move. Get ready to die. So the party goes on a rooftop, but Phil has the ball. He says Holbrook will release the compromising evidence if he doesn't hear from Fosters in an hour. Then Joe Miletto comes in. Apparently, the DA didn't know anything about the sussy pictures of him. He thought the flash drive had city contracts that DA gave Joe Miletto. Now the drama begins between Crenshaw and Miletto and the other gun to men. The situation gets tense, and everyone points guns at each other. Perfect time for Claire to melt down and scold everyone like babies. On the count of 3, there will be problems. 1, 2, 3, and the police arrive. Perfect timing. Phil got it all planned. What a willy. Andy was wired too. So DA Crenshaw and Joe Miletto will definitely go to jail, and Fosters happily enjoyed the morning pancakes. Family saved. Moral of the story? I have no idea.